There's a silent mistake that destroys attraction faster than rejection, and most men make it without even noticing. It's not what you say, it's not how you look, it's how much of yourself you give, too soon. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. The more available you become, the less valuable you appear. And somewhere between being nice and trying too hard, you accidentally train her to stop chasing and start pulling away. In this video, you're about to uncover the hidden psychology behind attention, absence, and desire. Why pulling back doesn't push her away, but often pulls her closer. Why uncertainty creates obsession, and how a subtle shift in your behavior can completely flip the dynamic without playing games. If you've ever wondered, should I text her now or wait? Will she forget me if I disappear? Am I losing her by caring too much? Then, what you're about to hear will change the way you approach attraction. Permanently. Stay with me until the end, because the final insight is the difference between being ignored and becoming unforgettable. Before we dive in, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. What most men call being attentive is often just fear in disguise, and fear has a pattern. It rushes, it overgives, it overexplains. It tries to secure something before it's even had the chance to grow. But attraction doesn't grow under pressure. It grows in space, and that's where everything changes. Because the moment you stop trying to hold her attention is the moment she starts noticing your absence. Not responding instantly doesn't kill attraction. It introduces a question, and questions are the birthplace of desire. When your presence becomes predictable, your value becomes measurable, and anything that can be measured can be taken for granted. But when your attention has rhythm, not constant availability, it becomes something she experiences, not something she owns. And here's the shift most men never make. You're not trying to be less interested. You're trying to be less available than your interest. That gap is where curiosity lives. And curiosity is powerful, because the human brain is wired to resolve uncertainty. When she knows exactly where you stand, exactly when you'll reply, exactly how much you care, her mind rests. But when there's a slight delay, a slight unpredictability, her mind starts working. She replays conversations. She checks her phone more often. She fills in the silence with thoughts about you. That's not manipulation. That's psychology. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people feel more attracted to partners whose feelings are unclear rather than completely certain. Not because confusion is attractive, but because uncertainty increases cognitive engagement. Her mind invests before her heart fully does. An investment always precedes attachment. Now here's where most guys go wrong. They hear this, and they swing too far. They disappear, they become cold, they try to act distant, and suddenly it stops being intriguing and starts feeling like disinterest. Attraction doesn't grow in extremes, it grows in contrast. Warmth followed by space, presence followed by absence, attention followed by focus elsewhere. That contrast is what creates emotional movement. And emotional movement is what keeps someone thinking about you. There's actually a deeper layer to this. Your attention is not just communication. It's a signal of your life. When you respond instantly, every time, what you're really communicating is, I have nothing more important than this moment. But when your attention is selective, intentional, it communicates something else entirely. I have a life that doesn't revolve around you, and you're invited into it. That difference is everything, because people are not drawn to neediness. They're drawn to direction, and direction creates respect before it creates attraction. Now let's go even deeper. There's a psychological mechanism called intermittent reinforcement. It was originally studied in behavioral psychology but it shows up everywhere in human relationships. And it explains something most people feel, but can't explain. Why do people get attached to situations that are inconsistent? Why does someone become more invested when attention isn't guaranteed? Because the brain releases more dopamine when a reward is unpredictable than when it's certain. This was demonstrated in research from Harvard University, where variable rewards were shown to create stronger behavioral attachment than consistent ones. That's why people check their phones repeatedly. That's why social media is addictive. And that's why inconsistent attention can feel magnetic. But here's the key difference. You're not using this to confuse. You're using this to avoid becoming predictable. Because predictability, in early attraction, kills tension. And without tension, there is no spark. But there's something even more important than all of this. And it has nothing to do with her. It's you. Because the most attractive version of you is not the one trying to keep her. It's the one who has something to protect. Your time, your focus, your purpose, your standards. When your life is full, you don't need to ignore anyone. You naturally don't overextend. You don't rush to reply because you're in the middle of something meaningful. You don't cancel your plans because your life already matters to you. You don't chase constantly because you're already moving. And that energy is felt, not because you say it, but because you live it. And that's where attraction becomes effortless. Because now, she's not responding to a strategy. She's responding to a man who is not easily consumed, and that creates something rare. Respect. And respect sustains attraction far longer than excitement ever could. So the real question isn't, should I ignore her? The real question is my life strong enough that I don't have to chase her attention to feel secure? Because when that answer becomes yes, you stop playing the game. And somehow, that's when everything starts working in your favor. Before you scroll, right now on your screen, the truth most men never understand is about to be revealed. Why does she chase the one who gives her nothing, yet ignores the one who gives her everything? Watch closely. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.